Hello. I'm just throwing this out here. I have had a heck of a day, and I did not put any effort into how I look. So I'm just like raw dogging it right now. No makeup, no nothing. Um, so in case y'all missed it, this morning I tweeted about taking Thor to the animal hospital. I'm going to tell y'all what happened, where we're at, what's going to happen. Um, so last night I noticed that he was licking his butt, but I just thought he was just cleaning himself. But it did raise a little bit of concern, because he doesn't normally clean it like how he was cleaning it. And y'all know me, I'm with Thor all the time, so I was like, I checked his litter and there was no poop, and so I was like, he hasn't pooped in like 24 hours. It's really weird. Or maybe it was longer, it's like 30 something. Anyway, besides the point. So this morning I wake up and Thor is licking his butt again, and he was just kind of acting weird. So I went and looked at his litter. There was still no poop, but he was like, there's pee clumps. Because he has the clumping litter. He's digging in his food water bowl right now. So I came out and he was meowing. He wanted me to feed him, and so he had been eating his food, and so I gave him more food, but he wouldn't sit down, which I thought was weird. And then he went to itch his head with his back leg, but he didn't sit down. He didn't want to sit down, and so I was like, okay, shit. So I instantly called the vet, and they were like, we have an appointment available in 10 minutes if you could bring him in during that time. And I was like, yep, say less. So I threw on a shirt and I told Nate the situation. He's like, okay, let's go. And I was like, okay. So put Thor in a carrier, went all the way to the vet, and then what we got there, they were like, okay, fill this out. So I filled it out, and then they're like, go in this room. So I went into a room with him. And the only time Thor has really been to the vet, well, he's been to the vet when he was a kitten, and then I took him last year to get his shots, just a checkup. And but the thing is, with last year, it was like during COVID, and they didn't allow you to go into the room with your pet. You had to drop him off, and that's, I don't know if y'all remember, that's when like the vet was like, he was spicy or something. Which Thor is like a very kind cat, very gentle cat, and so you can imagine when the vet told me he was very, I don't remember what the term, but charismatic or spicy or something. She said something, and I could tell he was not very nice. So anyway, I go in the room. He's in the carrier, and the nurse that helps or whatever came in. And they're asking questions, and I tell them like, hey, so the last vet told me he's very spicy, and he's like, oh well, does he swat or does he bite? And like, yeah, but when he's playing. But so I didn't know, if he was gonna swat. But I said no, like I don't think so. But when I took him to the vet, I wasn't there. I think he may be better if I'm here because I'm with him all the time. And he's like, okay, I'll let you get him out of the carrier then. And I was like, okay. So I took the carrier apart, because he didn't want to come out, and so I took the carrier apart and kind of scooped him up and put him on the scale to weigh him, and he sat perfectly still and weighed him, and then took him off of it. Slam it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. So I took him off the scale, and he just sat on the table the whole time. He let me pet him. He was rubbing up against me. Obviously wasn't happy. Didn't know what was going on, but he wasn't trying to hide. He wasn't hissing. He wasn't growling. He had me pick him up at one point. Like, he crawled up my shirt and wanted me to hold him. But when I hold him, he didn't want me to because normally, like, y'all see me pick him up, like his butt's here and then I hold him like this. He didn't want me to touch his butt. And so I was holding him, and when I was holding him, the vet came in, and she's like, hi, aw, and I was like, yeah. So I put him back on the table, and so then I told her what was going on, and I was like, yeah, like, I try to pay attention to a lot of his stuff, and this and that. And so she's like, okay, we'll check it out. And so she started like she kind of petted him a little bit, and he was fine with it. I warned her that he was spicy. And she's like, "Oh, he seems to be behaving pretty good now." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a little concerned. It's because I'm here, but I just want to, let you know." Um, and so then he like kind of went over and sniffed her, and then she kind of gave him a few pets, and then she looked at his teeth, and she was like, "Has he ever had a dental cleaning before?" And I told her no, and she's like, "Well, he has really, really good teeth. Like, there's almost no tartar." And I was like, "Well, okay." I told her he eats wet food 3 times a day. Um, so I don't know why he would be having, because like we both thought is constipation, and we're like, I was like, I don't know why he would be constipated. Like I feed him wet food all the time. He has a ton of water. Um, and so she said that it may have something to do with his kidneys, and so she wanted to do blood testing. So we got his blood, well, I mean, that's later, but so she was like checking everything. She checked his heart, and he was just kind of letting her do whatever she needed. And then she like reached down to feel his abdomen, and he hissed, and she was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yep, there it is." And she's like, "Okay, so um definitely feels like stuck in there, feels like hard. I can feel like it's blocked." And so she said that they're gonna do is they were going to give him a light sedative and give him an enema and try to get all the human sized poop out, and then run some blood work and all that stuff. And I was like, okay. And then she said if it doesn't work, I need to take him into an urgent care because that vet's not open tomorrow. So I'd have to take him into an urgent care, and then have them do an enema. But I would have to give him laxatives today and tomorrow morning, and like watch him throughout the night. And then tomorrow, before I take him in, 2 hours before I take him in, I have to give him a sedative so that way he's calm and like ready to go for when they do the enema. And if that doesn't work, then I have to take him to the ER where he'd have to stay overnight, plugged in with fluids. And she said, like, let's just do this part first. And so the total for today was $850 just to take him in to get the blood work done and everything. And then I have to do that tomorrow at the urgent care. And if that doesn't work, the hospital, as far as I know, the hospital's just the hospital stay is $2,000. That doesn't include the enema, the sedatives, whatever they need to do. Oh, that's loud. Pokemaster Beam, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. There's a helping hand. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, so she said like, hopefully the enema thing, that'll work. So we won't have to go to the hospital bit because it's, and I was like, okay, like that's, yeah, okay. So then put him back in the carrier, and she's like, we're gonna go get all that started now. You can go home and, wait 3 hours. I was like, okay. So dropped, left him, came home, freaking out a little bit. I'm calling my mom. And then went out, got groceries, and came back, and then just tried to watch TV a little bit. And then I called the urgent care for tomorrow to see if I needed to make like an appointment, and wait, that was later. Anyway, so then I get a call. She calls me and she says that he is so blocked that they can't do an enema. Which I didn't see coming. Like they did an x-ray, and he, like they couldn't do it because if they did, it would make him sick, and then he could suffocate on his sickness. And so it was just too risky. And so our next best bet would be for me to give him laxatives. And take him to the urgent care tomorrow. And like the doctor was like really nice. She was explaining everything like over and over and over again because it was a lot for me to process. And she's like, I wish that we were open tomorrow. Like I want to be able to help you with this, but like we're closed on the weekend. And I was like, I didn't want to be like, yeah, tomorrow's my birthday, my 30th birthday, but I was like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, it's yeah, I'll if everything's like in writing, like I'm sure I'll figure it out, and it's fine. So then went and picked him up, and she said that he was gonna be like really like loopy, but also like full of adrenaline. So like be careful when he comes home and all this other stuff. And so went picked him up, brought him back, and I got him cat grass because I thought that may like help him a little bit, and got him a bunch of like really liquidy wet food, and so brought him back, set him down, opened the cat carrier, and he made a beeline for the cat grass, um, and then started like chewing at it, and so just lawnmower kind of. Anyway, but he was acting fine. He was like talking and meowing and like rubbing up against me and Nate, and I felt bad because Nate's allergic to cats, but he's been very helpful and making sure I'm not like having a mental breakdown because like on the inside I am a little bit, but it's fine. Besides the point. Um, so anyway, um, I've been watching him for a little bit, and then I had to go pick. I went had to go to CVS to pick up the sedative medication. And then I had to get a syringe because both medications are liquid. And I was like, how am I supposed to feed this to him? How am I supposed to feed this to him? He's not going to do it. He's like, you're not going to. But anyway, Thor's a champ, and he's trying. So then I get home, and he still won't sit down. He's having a hard time jumping up and jumping down on things. I say that as he's like jungle gymming the couch right now. Um, are you good? He's he looks fine. Like I can tell that he doesn't feel good, but like if he seems like he's trying. Um, Still really talkative. Um, he's been eating. I made like a wet food soup that he does not want, but he's been eating it a little bit. He It's weird because like he doesn't want to drink water. He's just playing in it. Um, when they're in pain, yeah. But that's the thing is like I think that's why I can tell because I'm with him so much. Um, so his meds earlier at 5, I gave him um the what's it called, laxative, and I put it in the syringe, and I was like, okay, because I don't want him to like choke on it. I want him to like get in his lungs, right? So I was like, how am I gonna make him take this? So I dipped the tip in the broth of his wet food, and I went over and I put it near his mouth, and so he licked it twice, and when he opened his mouth the third time, I just went and just squirted it in, and he just licked it right up. Um, so it was a successful medication attempt, and then he went to his litter box and tried to poop, and nothing came out. It was obviously like instant, so it's not going to work instant. But he tried to poop, nothing came out, and then he like walked around a little bit, got back in his litter box, tried to poop again, and he ran out. And so Nate kind of looked at me funny. I was like, oh, that's what he does when he like gets the poop zoomies. Like when he poops and it's like really gross and he like runs out. And so, but he was like at my feet, and he's just standing there, and then he like flicks his head around and like licks his butt, and then just like, this is gonna be so gross, by the way, I'm so sorry, but he like licks and like poop falls out, but it wasn't very big, but it was very gross looking. Very obvious that he's constipated. Um, and then he got it out and then ran off, and so I was like, he pooped like a little bit, but he pooped. And so I cleaned it up, and right when I got done cleaning it up, he like walks back and goes back into his litter box, and you could tell he's straining, and I'm like, it's okay, buddy, like just drink some water, just. He walks out of the litter box, walks over to where he pooped previously, smelled the ground, and squatted. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. If it were any other time, if you were just feeling fine and you weren't sick and you were just squatted on the floor to poop, I would be a little upset. But right now, I'm just glad that you're trying to go. And I managed to get another piece out, which is good. No, the vet doesn't know what could cause it. We're waiting on the blood results, like his blood test results, because if it what it could be is his kidneys. They're not working properly, and she said that older cats, like, their kidneys go out first, but he's only 10. Um, so I don't know. But like, that's the thing, it really doesn't make sense to me. The only thing I could think of is if he's not drinking his water because he doesn't like, and hear me out. Y'all know how Thor is. If he doesn't like the taste of it. Because y'all know how I said LA water doesn't taste good? And how, like, I was so impressed with Canadian water. Don't fist pump. So I wondered if, because there's times where, like, because I drink through a filter, but for Thor, I just get it from the tap because he's a cat, and I didn't think it mattered that much. I used to drink from the tap until all my friends yelled at me. But he loves drinking from people's cups. And so I wondered if the filtered water would taste better. So I laid out a cup for him to drink, and he didn't drink it. He just played in it, and I was like, okay, never mind. So I wondered if he didn't like the water. And so maybe for him, I may have to, which I'm fine with. I have two, I have a pure filter and a Brita filter anyway. But I mean, I just really have to wait until, like, the blood results come back. But anyway, so he's pooped twice. I mean, I say pooped. I need him to, like, actually poop. You know, like, it's just like little. But it's like, the good thing is we have seen motion. You know, he has pooped a little bit
to help with Thor.
I didn't know where the alert was. I'm sorry. Pringle, thank you for the $50 donation. Thank you. I appreciate it, and it does help. It helps a lot. Thor's 70 and cat age was pretty old, and cat age was 10 years. Yeah, but cats can live to, like, 26. Like, they can live for a while. And, like, I know, like, 10 is considered old. I've talked to the vet about, like, they say, okay, 10 is, you know, elderly. And so if he starts having complications, like, it's understandable because he is 10. But my service I stop eating, drinking, finally has a giant version is like, oh, but down he's only 8. Pets are so good at hiding pain. I really it's too late. It's rough here on my thoughts. Thank you. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, that's why, like, I, you know, wanted to take him, like, just right when I woke up this morning, because I knew, for one, cats are very, like I said, or someone said, I didn't say that, but cats are very good at hiding their pain. And with Thor, I don't know, he kind of acts like everything is fine all the time, even if it's not. So I always just kind of have to, like, watch what he does, you know? But yeah, so now our best bet is at 1 in the morning, I have to give him more laxatives, and then I have to take him to the urgent care tomorrow. And then 2 hours before I take him in, I have to give him the sedative. And then I have to take him to there, and then he'll be there for a little bit. And then we'll find out if the enema works or not. So fingers crossed. So he's trying to act like nothing is wrong. Yeah, right now he's literally laying on the arm of the couch with one paw out. His tail just flopped over the side. His eyes are just like this. It's super calm. But I know, like, because if he, like, gets up and walks around, he'll stop and, like, lick his butt. He won't lay down on it. He won't sit. When he's, like, eating or drinking or trying to, like, lay down, he'll just, like, hover because he doesn't want to put his butt down. So I feel like he's in a lot of pain. But he's doing his best. The vet did say I caught it early, considering, which is good. But he's got movement. That's a great sign. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm, like, kind of banking on, is the fact that he has passed, like, 2 little nuggets of poop, and I took pictures of them so I could take it to the vet in case they need it. But obviously this is Thor vocal cat. Yeah, he talks a lot. Talks all the time. But yeah, this is kind of throwing a little bit of a wrench in my plans because obviously tomorrow's my birthday, and I have people like Nate flew in from Canada. Edwin's driving in right now from Arizona. I have a bunch of people scattered all over California right now that are going to be coming in. And so, just like send like juju and prayers and thoughts and good vibes and literally everything else because I'm going to take him in tomorrow around noon and then I'll probably find out more around 3 p.m. And my birthday is going to start around like 7. So, hopefully that gets sorted. And I had a bunch of other really cool stuff planned for the week, for, birthday week. And I don't know. The giant dino so you can feel better, sending you vibes, thank you. And yeah, I can ask the vet tomorrow at the urgent care, I can ask them if filtered water would do anything. But I think the main thing is waiting on his blood results. But that's the thing is like she asked like, oh, when was the last time his blood was checked? And I was like, well, last year, because when I took him to the vet last year, they're like, when was the last time he came to the vet? And I was like, when he was a kitten, because like he was always with me, he never went outside. I was like, he's fine. He never had any health issues. And so they're like, oh, we're gonna get blood just to check, and everything came back fine. But a lot can change in a year, so that's why I told him to do it this time. Because he may have, issues now. Yeah, he still seems like bright-eyed and pays attention and everything, and he doesn't look comfortable. So fingers crossed, everything goes good tomorrow. With this pooping, I hope that this doesn't make any sense because I feed him like 3 times a day of wet food. And wet food's like the best thing that they could do.
What are the strongest days of the week? Saturday and Sunday. All the others are weekdays. I'm trying to make you smile. I hope your cat feels better. I hate when animals are in pain.
Alright, you know what? That one was a good one. I'll give you that. That one was a good one. Thank you for the bits. But yeah, it's weird too because when I was on the phone with the vet, she's like, "Have you ever given your cat medicine before?" And I was like, "I've never given any pet medication. I've never had anything like this happen." And she's like, "Yeah, no worries. Like I understand," but I was able to figure it out. I think it would have been worse if it were pills. I feel like it would have been hard for him. I was gonna find a way, trust me, but like I'm glad it's liquid. I just wish that it would actually help make movement happen because still there hasn't, like he did the two nuggets like 2.5 hours ago, and since then there's been nothing, and I gave him the laxatives like 4 hours ago. But the point of that is not to make him poop now. The point of that was to loosen his poop for tomorrow. So hopefully I'm doing everything right. I made his wet food with water, and I put his like those nasty little like squeegee, those Go-Gurt for cats. I gave him half of that and then put the rest on his soup, and he had a little bit of that. He does not like the soup, I'll tell you what. But I'm trying. So just keep that in your mindset, and we'll try to continue tomorrow's stream. Did I tell you what to feed him in the meantime? Not sure. You said no. They just said to give him the medicine. I'm just feeding him wet food that has been more wet because I know that he needs liquid. because he's, you know, dehydrated. Um, and so I just really hope tomorrow goes well and he doesn't have to go to the hospital, because the thought of a hospital bill makes me want to throw up. Because $2,000 just for an overnight stay, and that doesn't include the IVs, and that doesn't include the enemas, that doesn't include the sedative, like, it makes me feel nauseous. But that's the thing, is like when you get a pet, you know, it's like a little child, and with a little child comes money. It's just, I never thought that that would happen to Thor, you know, because Thor is Thor. Thor is great. Thor is great all the time, you know? He's looking at me. Hi. Do you feel okay? He's flicking his tail. Oh, hi, Ambird. um, but yeah, so we're just figuring out piece by piece. I'll keep updating y'all on Twitter and in Discord. Edwin gets here tonight, and gonna sort through that. Spent 2,300 in the span of a week for my cat when he had urinary blockage overnight, and catheters are awful. I felt so bad for him. Ugh. And like that's the thing too, is like I know Thor trusts me, but it's like I feel awful, especially too, like if I have to leave him overnight, because Thor's ever only really been with me forever, you know. And if he's not with me, then he's at least at home, you know. Does he do with people? Yeah, he loves people. He loves people. Um, that's another thing too with the party tomorrow. Like I may have to lock him in the bedroom, but he's gonna hear people and gonna want to come hang out. I'll just have to tell everyone to look out for little poops if he. Oh man, I don't know. Does he go visit your family with you too? No, usually I have people that watch him. Which is why I was saying like he stays at home. Um, and so that way he's in like a nice environment, you know, that he knows, or either I'm with him, you know. So tomorrow I don't know what, like this is literally like I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure he's okay, right? But it's also like, damn, did it really have to be this way? Did it really have to be right now? Did it really have to be this week? Why couldn't it have been like 4 days ago? Like, why didn't I notice, you know, your poops were weird 4 days ago? But then again, he was pooping 4 days ago, I think. Because like I have so much stuff planned, and it's half of it's non-refundable, so I'm just trying to like figure out what to do. At least you caught it early. Yeah. Cause you imagine if I didn't? That's what's horrifying. You know? But I caught it early. That's what matters. So tomorrow, I think what I'm gonna do is I will stream after I drop him off. We'll stream birthday opening celebrations. And then probably after we're done opening all the gifts, I may have to go just because I'm probably gonna be too anxious. I don't know if they're gonna call me like 30 minutes into it, or an hour into it, 3 hours into it. I don't know what to expect. Just like today, I had no idea what to expect, and I've been too down in the dumps to stream. But we gotta see it through. We gotta see it through, you know? We're at 21 days of Kate. Tomorrow's the 22nd. Technically, 3 hours and 12 minutes is the 22nd. I'm not going to be in my 20s. Stop fist pumping! What's it like to be young?
When you get to be my age, you'll understand what being old feels like.
Is that Nate? Oh yeah, Nate's here. Anyway. So that's the situation for now. If I hear anything more, or if anything has been new, I'll let y'all know. I mean, I'll process it first, then I'll let y'all know. Um, right now he's still just chilling on the edge of the couch, so. Thor, what are you doing? He's wagging his tail. You look tired? I am tired. It's been a shitty day. And tomorrow is supposed to be my birthday. Earlier, Nate's like, oh, so what do you want to do for snacks when people are here? And I started crying because I was like, I forgot that people need to have snacks at birthdays. I forgot that people need to eat at birthdays. And he's like, it's okay, we can get a pizza, it's okay. And I was like, yeah, we can do pizza. I don't even... Fuck. I need like 3 more days until I'm ready for a birthday, you know? Like, I need 3 days to process what's going on with him. I'm not even ready. Not even prepared. But, giant bag of chips. Yeah, I got chips and guac when we went to the grocery store. Chips, guac, and salsa. Did I get anything else? No? Well...
They want snacks so bad they can bring them themselves.
Yeah. I'll tell people to, like, maybe bring some booze, and then they can just drink the booze and pretend that's food. A jewel. But anyway, that's the update. My whole day has been about Thor, so that's about it. I'll probably sleep tonight. Thor hasn't really slept. He slept a little bit in my bed, but I've been keeping the bedroom door closed because I don't want him to like wake up and just poop in the bed, you know. I want him to poop, obviously, but maybe not in the bed. But he slept on my bed for a little bit, and so I know he got a little bit of rest, but he's probably gonna be really tired, so he may sleep the whole night tonight. Which would be good, and then we'll just figure out what to do tomorrow. No, but I did read that pumpkin puree helps. I think he's just too blocked for that. Because they couldn't even do an enema in the first place. Because he's really blocked, apparently. Pumpkin does help a lot. Yeah, they didn't say anything. I think we may be past that point, but I may start giving that to him mixed in with his regular food after all of this. Do you want to run the ad that you're working? No, it's okay. I'm about to get off because I'm stressed.
What do monsters serve at their birthday parties? Ice cream cake. Happy birthday BTW and many more.
Ice cream cake. That's a good one. Ice cream cake is the best kind of cake. Technically, carrot cake is my favorite. But anyway. Nate's fist pumping again. I'm glad you have Nate there to keep you company. Oh, me too. Like, I would be drowning in depression and stress and sorrows. But luckily he's here, and then Edwin's getting here later. So I'll have a bunch of people around to help. So everything should be good. We just have to hope that Thor poops. So if you're thinking, just, manifest that Thor poops. And it doesn't hurt him. Tell Edwin he said hi. I will tell Edwin that I'll tell Edwin. He'll be here, so he could probably be in the stream tomorrow. Gonna have everything like set up where you and Edwin are both. What? Okay. They've never met, so it's gonna be really fun. Technically, though, Edwin is the reason why I met Nate in the first place. Because, huh? Among Us, yeah. Well, because Edwin texted me randomly. Was like, "Hey, do you want to be in Among Us tournament?" Like, how old is Edwin? Edwin's 34. Hold on, let me look at my phone. 33. Edwin's 33. I love Among Us. No way. What? Yeah. Okay. So Edwin texted me and was like, "Do you want to be in an Among Us tournament? It's for charity." And I was like, "I don't know. Like this. That's kind of scary because it was like, it was right when I was coming back to the internet. Because I took a break for a bit. Um, and he's like, "No, it'll be a lot of fun. I'll be there, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun." And so I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it." Um, and then there was two. The first tournament, um, it was you, Edwin, and like a few other people, but Nate was the only person who was really nice to me. But that game was a lot of fun, and I ended up getting first place. And then the second tournament I got put into, everyone was a try hard, and I cried, and I was like, I'm never gonna do that ever again. And then I followed Nate and a few other people from like the first game because the first game was a lot of fun. And then like a few days later, he messaged me and was like, "Hey, Among Us was a lot of fun. I'm gonna do another, game session if you want to join." And I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to. Like, what if he invites those people that like made me cry? Like, what if he ends up being mean too? Like, I don't know. But then a part of me was like, no, like you should put yourself out there. You should do it. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. And then it ended up being like a lot of fun. And here we are, almost 2 years later. To almost yeah. Oh shit! It is almost 2 years later. Best
the
friends.
meanest of them all.
Yeah, so mean. So mean. That's crazy. That was like 2 years ago. Bro, I'm tripping. Anyway, yeah, that's how we met, was because of Edwin. Who would have thought? It's fun when you have a regular blue. I know, exactly. I miss playing though. It's hard to get a whole group together because like I think I managed once to have a whole group. Shut up, 2 years ago was 2019. I wish. I wish. I mean, it's still March 2020. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? March 2020. There was no COVID. What are you talking about? We just closed our eyes and then woke up and and life kept going. What a what a weird what a weird thing. Nah, still 2015. Okay, 2015 seems like a long time ago. 20. You know what doesn't seem 2018 doesn't seem like that long ago. Time is going by really, really fast. Anyway, I'm gonna go. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Tomorrow we will celebrate a little bit to the best of our abilities. I will keep y'all updated with Thor as much as I can. Um, keep Thor in your thoughts and vibes and juju and prayers and everything. And he's a fighter. He's not being a pooper, but he's being a fighter, I'll tell you what. Well, that's the other thing too. When the vet, when I came back to pick him up, she was like, "Yeah, he put up a fight when you left," and I was like, "I'm so sorry." So apparently he is spicy. Just when I'm there, he's not spicy. Thor when he does poop, I know. I can't imagine. It's not gonna feel good. I'm sure they. Oh yeah, probably. And I'm glad I warned them too. Imagine me. Oh no, he's so sweet. No, he's a spicy boy. But are you doing the lion face right now? Thor, are you comfy? You doing okay? His mouth's open. He's like this, but in cat form. But okay. You're just staring. He just winked at me. Anyway, it's 2 minutes for my birthday on the East Coast. But should I wait the 2 minutes? How many of y'all are on the East Coast? You wanna count it? You want me? Do you want me to wait? I can wait. Wow, a lot of y'all are in the East Coast. Why are you up? Oh, it's Friday. Never mind. We'll wait. We'll give it 1 minute. 1 minute. Technically, though, I wasn't born on the East Coast, so I'm always up this late. You know what? Fair enough. Let's drink by the way on the East Coast. Oh, okay. I had to think for a second. I was like, where are you? But which time were you? I was born in Oklahoma, so that said me. I know, and I believed you, but I had to think about it. Listen, I have all of the states, almost all of the states, memorized. But sometimes if you throw a state at me and you ask me where it is, I don't know. Stream got last another hour. Ugh, that's too much pressure. Oklahoma Central Time? Yep. Born in good old Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not really the best place to be right now. But it's my birthday, East Coast. Wow. Hooray. East Coast. I was staring at my clock the entire minute. Thank you, thank you. Yay. Wow, 30. To be honest, I'm surprised I'm alive at 30, you know? Like, you don't think about it. You don't think about... Why are you looking at me like that? What? Listen, when you hit a certain age, okay, it's just a concept.
I've been old for years.
Oh, shut up. It's just a concept. It's been this place I'm here for a while now. Yeah, Rin texted me and was like, haha, you're a gilf now. And I was like, thanks, Rin. So, listen, just do you ever have a moment where you're like, wow, I never really thought about hitting this age? You know? It's just, it's a wild thought. Like when I hit, I think 25, I was like, damn, I never thought I'd get here, you know? Can't imagine being 80. I know. 30 isn't that old though. No, but to me, I always say 30 is old. So, how long you been around? I know. That's what's the one thing that has been blowing my mind the most is the fact that now, when I say, oh yeah, when I was 10, that was 20 years ago. Now I can say like that was 20 years ago. That's crazy. Don't think about that. I'm trying not to, but it's like, that's just wild. Like 30 years ago. 30 years ago. That's crazy. They want to know if you're going to be short at 30.
I only get taller with age.
Y'all didn't hear that. Anyway, but yeah, it does help too. I don't know where it went. But like I'm gonna be in my early 30s, so like, you know, the feeling of being like, oh yeah, you're in your early 20s, you have your whole life ahead of you. But now I'm in my early 30s, and so like having the early in the front makes me feel a little bit better. Instead of being my late 20s, I'm like, or my early 30s, you know. So, and it helps too. A lot of my friends are like 33, 34, 35. So they're never gonna be like, I'm never gonna be older than them. You know, they're always gonna be older than me. So it makes me feel a little bit better too. So I got that. But anyway, but yeah, I'm at this age, wasn't I just like 20? Yeah. So it's just like a crazy concept, but you have to update your bio. Not yet. I still got 3 hours for me. Haha. Technically, I don't know what hour I was born at. I think I was born in the morning. So technically I still have some time on the 22nd, but anyway. She won't update that for like a month. Oh, Salamin. Perhaps. I may forget. It's fine. Anyway. I'm gonna go, but maybe I'll crack open a Dr. Pepper at 9 p.m. because I have to be up late anyway for when Edwin gets here. And then I have to be up late for giving Thor his laxatives. at least it's not like a butt laxative, you know? I got that going for me. He's just vibing on the couch. But anyway, thank you for coming to my little late stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Unless, like, you know, no pun intended. Shit hits the fan.
Zinger.
I thought it was funny. Anyway, I will see you guys. Chair. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll let you know more with Thor either on Twitter or in Discord. And the next time you see me, I'll be 30. So let's go. Your neighbor's loud. Oh, I know. They're usually loud early in the morning and then late at night, but it's just for like a little bit. They've gotten better. Kind of. Anyway, I'm gonna go, but you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow on my birthday. Okay, bye.